I'm Patrick Bailey with IQless.com. Today is April 23rd, 2020, and this is my victory lap for getting 20 Prusa RC3 face shield headbands printed in one go on my i3 Mark III in 2 stacks of 10. But it's also a warning. Don't do it. Okay, for those of you who may have just stumbled on this video, I've done a bunch of other videos, but just to get everyone up to speed, I'm using the Prusa RC3 face shield, and we're using OpenSCAD to programmatically stack it and also to programmatically build the supports, and basically repeating what Prusa did. Also, if you haven't seen it, it's really cool. Go see what Prusa did with his M3MF files, where he sliced it in such a way and he's setting certain things on certain layers to print differently, and as a result, they come apart so much easier. So there's a video I did on that, really cool, really awesome, and I'm just copying what Prusa did. And we've had great success with that recently. Now, the only reason we're stacking them, Prusa has some stacks. Go use those if those work for you. The only reason we're stacking them in Colorado is they wanted to mark them a certain way. So we're using the Prusa 3D headbands. We're using the Prusa logo because Prusa made these. But we're also adding material type, PETG and PLA, so the doctors know what they're working with so they can better clean them. And also, we even actually printed them upside down, the lettering, because the doctors prefer to wear them upside down because I think they give them a little bit more protection. But also, we keep iterating the design, and so I just want to, if we can programmatically stack them, if they change the design tomorrow, we can stack them and get going and print on them. But anyway, that's the whole story. So as a result of that, I was having great success on my i3 Mark III, printing stacks of 2, printing stacks of 5, and even printing stacks of 10. They've worked really well. And the reason we wanted to print stacks was for a couple of reasons. One, to interact with the part less. So rather than every 5 hours have to take stuff apart, now you can kind of go a whole day. You can print a stack of 10. It's probably going to take you about 20 hours, roughly. And then you only have to interact with the print once a day versus interacting with it several times. Also, it helps your sanity because, hey, a lot of us are working from home while we do this. This is my office. I work here every day. And I can't turn around every couple hours and take some prints off. So it's nice to get it down to just once a day. But with that, so we had these stacks of 10, so I decided, hey, you know what? We could put 2 side by side, and in theory, I could do 20. And I pulled it off. And let me go over the numbers. So the numbers. It took 40 hours and 2 minutes to print. It took 46.2 central electricity, and it weighs 0.808 kilograms, and at $20 per kilogram roll, that comes out to $16.16 worth of material. So overall, it took $16.63 to print this, or about 83 cents per headband. And it took about 2 hours per headband to print. There'll be more video here that I shot live taking it apart. For the most part, they're all, I don't want to use the word salvageable, they're all good. I think they're all going to be presentable, all be fine. I did have to slow it down on a couple of layers at the top. But overall, it worked pretty fine. I had to put some clips on there too. But there's going to be a little cleanup work where when I've been doing 5 and 10 stacks, there's pretty much no cleanup work. It just works and life is good. I mainly wanted to prove that I could do 20, but 20 has problems. There's a little too much movement across the board and little gaps getting created. So I'm not going to do it anymore. I thought it was kind of fun to do. And if you're going to do it, pay a lot of attention once you get past that 7th layer, 7th headband. It starts getting a little bit, shaky. I'm going back to doing 10 headbands, which have been working great for me. But anyway, it's still kind of cool pulling off 20 at one point. So it's just fun. But anyway, there's the numbers, there's the stats, and here's some live video showing it. Okay, so here I got my big, giant 20 stack, which I don't recommend doing. As it got higher, it got a little more wobbly, and I think it didn't do as well. I think all these are going to be acceptable. But you can see at one point here, I actually even put these clips on to help kind of hold together because it had come apart pretty well, and it was a little too wobbly. And also there's one back here that, I don't know, there might be one that doesn't pass muster. But also, even though there's probably a little more post-processing than I otherwise would like. So I would not suggest doing 20 at a time, at least on a Prusa i3 Mark III. I've had good success doing 10, just in one stack. It's worked pretty well. So I'll probably go back to that. Or if you do 2 5 stacks, I think that'll work pretty well too. So with that, let me get this apart. I need to go weigh them here.
I just wanted to do it just to say I've done it, but there we go. 0.808, so 0.8 of a kilogram for all that. But let me take these apart a little bit and look at them a little bit. And so these should pop off pretty easy. The supports. And now I keep collecting them now just as a trophy. There's that one. And there we go. And see, look, some of this is pretty nice. There's a couple of spots right here, not quite so nice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The sixth one had some issues. I think I can buff those out, but that's probably a good reason not to go as tall. This one's not so bad. I think they're all going to be salvageable, but we'll see. Let me start to take some of these apart. And again, these are using the stacks, using OpenSCAD to stack them, but I'm also modifying in the slicer using basically what Prusa did to modify the layers to make them come apart easier with a lot less post-processing. But yeah, they're coming apart just fine. They're looking good, except for those few there. Yeah, and see, that's even kind of bent into there. That's shorter than it should be. So, I don't know if this one's going to come apart very easily. They're kind of... yeah, so I'm going to need to sand that down. But salvageable. I think it's all salvageable. So, compared to, like, you know, here's a 5 stack, and it's all beautiful. So I think, you know, no more 20 stacks for me. It worked. I'm happy, but it ran a long time, you know, 40 some odd hours, and that's nice, but I just really need 12 hours or 24 hours. It's good enough for me. So back to 10 stacks.